hour, I am pleased to announce that a short time ago, alert NYPD transit officers took a person of interest into custody. I want you to know that this apprehension was another in what has become a series of joint efforts involving different crimes between the police and the public we serve.
So now this is the post that New York Governor Kathy Hochul is being criticized for. She said on X,
garbage. This dude is garbage, bro. He needs to serve a very long sentence, bro. He needs, this dude, he needs to serve life because this dude is the epitome of scum, bro.
I want you to know that this apprehension was another in what has become a series of joint
This
efforts
dude needs to serve life because he's the epitome of scum.
She said on X, in
He
March, I
is
took action to
the
make our subway safe.
epitome of scum.
I want you to know that this apprehension was another in what has become a series of joint efforts involving different crimes between the police and the public we serve.
So now this is the post that New York Governor Kathy Hochul is being criticized for. She said on X, in March, I took action to make our subway safer for the millions of people who take the trains each day. Since deploying the
so
National
many
Guard
offenses take place in New York, bro. There's really an increase in crime, not a decrease. In what way can she say there's less? In what way can she genuinely say there's less crime? In what way can Hochul say genuinely that there's less crime? In what way can Hochul say genuinely that there's less crime?
of New York to support the NYPD and the MTA safety efforts and adding cameras to all subway cars. Crime is going down and ridership is. Guard of New York to support the NYPD and the MTA. It took action to make our subways safer for the millions of people who take the trains each day. Since deploying the National Guard of New York to support the NYPD and the MTA safety efforts and adding cameras to all subway cars, crime is going down and ridership is. It took action to make our subways safer for the millions of people who take the trains each day. Since deploying the National Guard of New York to support the NYPD and the MTA safety efforts and adding cameras to all subway cars, crime is going down and ridership is going up. New York Democratic Congressman Richie Torres called her post tone deaf. Guy.
Word.
All right, Maddie, thanks so much. Tone deaf, yeah, to say the least.
Certain people say she needs to resign because the job she's doing is terrible, bro. She's she's super woke. It is really it is indubitably detrimental to the people who live, the legal citizens of the U.S. who live in New York. It is really detrimental to those people, bro. It's the softness on criminals, bro. The softness on criminals. The softness on criminals. The softness on criminals is crazy, yo. So many legal people are in peril. So many people live in constant fear. It is crazy, yo.
Work to support the NYPD and the MTA
This has to
efforts in adding
cease.
cameras to all subway cars. Crime is going down and ridership is going up. New York Democratic Congressman Richie Torres called her post.
Richie
Tone deaf.
Torres.
Guy, Carly, and Rob.
He's woke.
Crime is going down and ridership is going
He's
up.
a
New York Democratic Congressman Richie Torres called her post.
a New Yorker.
Guy, Carly, and Rob.
All right, Maddie, thanks so much. Tone deaf, yeah, just say the...
New York Democratic Congressman Richie Torres called her post. Crime is going down and ridership is going up. New York Democratic Congressman Richie Torres called her post. Tone deaf. Guy, Carly.
But what he said pertaining to Hochul was true. We agree on that. That Hochul said tone deaf-ish. She really did say tone deaf-ish. She really did say tone deaf-ish, bro.
Crime is going down and ridership is going up. New York Democratic Congressman Richie Torres called her post. Tone deaf. Guy, Carly, and Rob.
All right, Maddie, thanks so much. Tone deaf, yeah, to say the least. I mean, you're sitting there touting
Word.
the safety of the subways, and then this is hours after someone was lit up on live because she nodded
Crazy.
off on a
Crazy.
subway train. Can you imagine? Is there a more horrific way to die?
It's almost too
Horrible.
horrible to fathom or even discuss.
Horrible.
And unfortunately, we're put in this position because of allegedly what that man that you see on your screen did. And to make matters worse, this surveillance video appears to show that the suspect sat on a bench and watched this
Yep.
woman burn
Yep.
to death.
No
As
remorse.
police were already starting to respond to the scene, he stayed at the scene of the crime. And going back to Kathy
Crazy.
Hochul's tweet and her touting that the subway system
Whack.
has become safer under her leadership, it wasn't only this that happened. Yesterday on a Queens subway, 2 people were stabbed and a 37-year-old died.
Wow.
Yeah, so 2 killings in the subways, and you can say this is, bad timing for Governor
Rest,
Hochul
rest
to have put out this
in peace to those people.
self-congratulatory tweet on subway safety. Yes, it's bad timing. It's also bad policy. That's why we're getting this.
Word.
And it's been an issue now. for
Trash.
years. I think Hochul very belatedly is catching up to the political reality. But the mess has already been made, and it's going to take a long time and quite possibly completely new leadership to change anything
Yep.
because
Yeah,
the current constellation of New York
needs
leadership
to go.
has been a disgrace on this issue. We're just learning a few things about this suspect, including that he's in the country illegally, allegedly from Guatemala,
Yep.
with a criminal record in another state. It would make sense for someone like that to come to New York,
Yep.
a sanctuary jurisdiction,
Yep.
where he could just hang out until he decides to burn someone to death.
Crazy.
So, guy, my sense
Evil,
is they're going to find out this guy's got
demonic.
much more criminal history. I don't think you indiscriminately burn somebody alive and think to yourself, I've never done anything like this before.
Right, you don't jump to that.
Yeah, that's my sense. But the other thing to keep in mind, too, is that the cover of the New York Post. I'm watching local coverage just to see on local coverage if they never bring up his legal status. They say a New York.
Yeah,
It's the main part of the
soft,
story. We know people commit
euphemistic.
crimes, but when illegal immigrants come here, many as criminals to commit more crimes.
Yeah, it is
you see
crazy.
yourself
They don't say illegal alien or illegal immigrant. Like he is, though you can say he's one of those 3 things. Yeah, to say he's a migrant is soft and euphemistic. Like, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is crazy. Yeah, they use this soft language because they don't want to anger certain people. It is weak. It is weak.
Say a New York. Because it's a main part of the story. We know people commit crimes, but when illegal immigrants come here, many as criminals, to commit more crimes, you say to yourself, if the government does its job, we would not be in this type of danger. And I also think that local coverage, just to see on local coverage, if they never bring up his legal status. They say a New York. Because it's a main part of the story. We know people commit crimes, but when illegal immigrants come here, many as criminals, to commit more crimes, you say to yourself, if the government does its job, we would not be in this type of danger. And I also think that this all plays into the bigger picture of why you need massive deportation and begins with criminals.
Yeah, no,
Yep.
that's right.
Yeah,
And,
Holman, he's
and
going
Eric Adams,
to do
he recognizes
this.
that, and that's why he sat down and spoke
No
to Tom Holman and
nonsense.
said, you got to get the criminal migrants out of the city, but his hands are tied because not only is New York City a sanctuary city, it's also in a sanctuary state, which goes to the point of Kathy Hochul and policy change that she
All
needs to take leadership
illegals
under. I
have
mentioned
to
Tom
go,
Holman
no
because
matter
yesterday he was in Arizona and he
regardless
introduced
of crime level. All illegals must be deported, regardless of crime level. All illegals must get deported, regardless of crime level. All illegals must get deported, regardless of crime level.
Deportation and begins with criminals.
Yeah, no, that's right.
But
and,
it should
Eric
begin
Adams,
with
he
the
recognizes that, and that's why he sat down and spoke to Tom Holman and
murderers
said, you gotta get the criminal migrants out of the city, but his hands are tied because not only is
the
New York City a
rapists
sanctuary city, it's also in a
and
sanctuary state, which
the worst people.
he recognizes that, and that's why he sat down and spoke to Tom Holman and says, you got to get the criminal migrants out of the city, but his hands are tied because not only is New York City a sanctuary city, it's also in a sanctuary state, which goes to the point of Kathy Hochul and policy change that she needs to take leadership under. I mentioned Tom Holman because yesterday he was in Arizona and he introduced Donald Trump, who was speaking at America Fest, and Donald Trump laid out his day one priorities, and you better believe the border control and getting criminal illegal immigrants out of this country is among them.
On my first day back in the Oval Office, I will sign a historic slate of executive orders to close our border to illegal aliens and stop
Yes.
the invasion of our country. And on that
This
same
must
day,
take
we
place
will begin the largest deportation operation in American
in history.
larger even than that of President Dwight D. Eisenhower. The DEA, the FBI, the intelligence community, and financial sanctions to remove the migrant gangs and criminals that are killing and raping
Yep,
and maiming
stealing,
our citizens.
different things.
We're going to get them out.
Yep.
We're going to get them out. We're going to get them out fast. We have no choice.
Yep.
So he's going to get him out, and that isn't a big surprise. The way we're
Hope they follow through. Hope DJT follows through. I believe they will. Trump and Holman they will follow through.
We're going to get them out.
We
We're
will
gonna get 'em out.
see.
We're going to get them out fast. We have no choice.
So he's going to get him out, and that isn't a big surprise. The way we do it, knowing it's just weeks away, people should be ready for it. And I thought one thing the president did yesterday, he did a lot. I thought the speech was fantastic. Number one, he's got a real sense of history. He's always bringing up Eisenhower. He bringing up McKinley yesterday. And he's bringing up because Eisenhower did it. And he also knows that Eisenhower is considered relatively a top president, respected. And he's like, what I'm trying to do is nothing that other past presidents haven't done. And by the way, Charlie Kirk, a fantastic job for what he did on the ground with Turning Point, because he was the ground game in many situations. And then yesterday with that many 20,000 to show up to see him. So,
Brian Carley, through the years, but right, so you put for to start with.
There's another video in which they discuss his charges. The Sebastian Zapata dude, his charges. They discuss his charges in a video. Hold on. this one up.
Whether your goal is to get in shape or simply lead a healthier lifestyle, our industry-leading protein supplements can help fuel your journey. Visit firstform.com today.
Rumbling thought the Burberry dry are still raw like sushi.
A horrifying situation unfolding this weekend in Brooklyn. New York City police say a woman was set on fire.
Yeah, Josh, absolutely horrific. You took the words right out of my mouth. Interest, according to police, is a 33-year-old man from Guatemala. Police have yet to ID him or formally charge him. The NYPD, though, saying this is no doubt one of the most...
Hold on. Yeah.
A man is behind bars after police say he was seen lighting a sleeping woman on fire and killing her. This happened on a New York City subway. The NYPD says that man, Sebastian Zapita, is charged with first and second-degree murder. This after he approached that woman sleeping on the F train Sunday morning, lit her on fire, and then watched her burn to death. Then he fled. Authorities say Zapita is from Guatemala and illegally entered the U.S. back in 2018. He was deported.
There is no room.
In one video, they said he got charged
A man is behind bars
with arson too. He got charged. He was charged with arson too. He did set a woman on fire. So yeah, this is evil, bro. This is callous, heinous, vile, demonic. Yeah, all those things, bro. All those things. It is sickening. Yeah, this dude, they need to give him a harsh sentence for this, bro, because he did the unthinkable, bro. He really did. This is craziness. Yeah. Crazy. Cannot. Where is the video in which they say he was charged with arson? Where is that video? Think News Max. Hold on. Think News Max said it. Hold on. News Nation. Hold on. News Nation. Is it news? Was it news? Did News Nation say it? Hold on. Hold on. Sorry. Sorry. Sorry for the wait.
I don't understand where they're going to come up with this insanity defense. I mean, this seems to be alcohol, related, and that's not a defense that you're drunk, right?
Facts.
This
Facts.
individual, for whatever reason.
Yes, this is.
I don't understand where they're going to come up with this insanity defense.
This
I mean,
is
this
the video.
alcohol,
The video.
related, and
This
that's not a
is
defense that you're
the
drunk, right?
video.
This individual, I don't understand where they're going to come up with this insanity defense. I mean, this seems to be alcohol, related, and that's not a defense that you're drunk.
Facts.
Right?
Words.
This individual, for whatever reason.
Inebriation does not excuse evil acts or immoral acts. Inebriation doesn't warrant inebriation doesn't excuse evil or immoral acts. You have to face consequences for your acts. You still have to face negative consequences. You still have to serve a sentence for burning that lady to death. You still have to face penalties, bro. You still have to face penalties. Word. You still have to face consequences. You still have to face consequences.
Related, and that's not a defense that you're drunk. Right?
Nope.
This individual, for whatever reason, it's premeditated.
He knew what he was doing.
Right?
He really did.
This individual, for whatever reason, it's premeditated. We don't know whether he used an accelerant at this point. It's a good chance he probably did. Maybe he used alcohol. We don't know. And we don't know if this woman was sleeping or what the circumstances are. It did happen rapidly, though. That's the thing. And I did see the video of him fanning with his shirt. I mean, it's ridiculous that somebody stands in. And then you have people in the background saying that's a person in there. It's a person in there. I mean, this is a horrific crime for anybody to see. And the fact that they're already setting up an insanity defense, there's a lot to be desired.
He's not insane, bro. He knew. He was very aware, bro. He knew this was deliberate. It was intentional, purposeful. He knew, bro. Like the insanity stuff. Nah. This dude's. They said he did this in a calm manner too. They said he did this in a calm manner, stoic manner. So, is he really insane? Yeah.
With his shirt, I mean, it's ridiculous that somebody stands in, and then you have people in the background saying that's a person in there. It's a person in there. I mean, this is a horrific crime for anybody to see, and the fact that they're already setting up an insanity defense, leaves a lot to be desired.
Like you reported, his lawyer is asking for a psychiatric evaluation. Raphael, your reaction to what we saw happen play out on Sunday?
Stupid.
I mean, it really is one of the most gruesome crimes that I've ever, been a secondhand witness to. Just seeing the videos. I mean, I've been covering crime for about a decade now, and this is, tops the list in terms of sickest things that I've ever seen. But it's something that, reflects a confluence of factors that, people who have been worried about public safety in New York have been talking about for quite a while, right? It's a combination of the homelessness crisis in the subway specifically. It's the disorder, the public intoxication, the public drinking, the public drug use, particularly on the subways. If any of that stuff had been policed, and we don't even know if this person paid the fare to get into the train yet, but if any of that stuff had been policed, it's possible that this could have been
prevented,
avoided. And of course, there's also the issue of the fact that he was a migrant, right? I mean, the migrant crisis is something that a lot of people, particularly on the right in New York City, have been talking about for many years now. It's someone who was deported. The porous border has to be addressed at some point.
Joe, there's surveillance video you and I just discussed of this gruesome murder.
Now, it's someone who was deported. The porous border has to be addressed at some point.
Yep.
Joe,
or else things will get worse. The country will collapse and fall.